Hi, and welcome to Connections. I'm P.A. Bennett. Small businesses, they are the engines that keep America running. So will the new health care legislation help or hurt small business? Mr. Frank Knapp is the president and CEO of the South Carolina Small Business Chamber of Commerce. He believes the health care reform legislation is a gift to small business. Mr. Knapp, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And this health care reform legislation has some small businesses pitted against other small businesses. You believe that this is a bonus, this is a plus for small business. Tell us, in what way do you think that health care reform is good for small business?
For over a decade, small businesses have been saying that affordable health care and health insurance is their top priority. This is the first time that the nation has actually done something to make health insurance more affordable. In South Carolina, less than 40% of our businesses with 50 or fewer employees can afford to offer health insurance. Now, a lot of those will be able to. Let's go back and first make sure everybody understands. If you have 50 or fewer employees in this state, you are under no obligation to offer health insurance, and you can't be penalized if you do not. That's 95% of our small businesses in this state, 95% of all businesses in the state have 50 or fewer employees. There is no harm to those people. But if you have less than 25 employees, you may be eligible to receive a health insurance tax credit for the first time ever in South Carolina, and in fact in the country. That's going to make health insurance more affordable for small businesses. That's a good thing.
So if you're a small business, if you have 50 or fewer employees, this legislation doesn't necessarily affect you in any way.
Well, it doesn't require you to offer health insurance. You can continue to do what you're doing now. If you're not offering health insurance, continue not offering health insurance. And if you're not offering health insurance, then there is no downside at all in this legislation. But let me go back to say that if you have less than 25 employees, which are 90% of our businesses in this state have fewer than 25 employees, they are eligible for a tax credit, a sliding scale tax credit, with the majority of the benefits being to the lower end as far as employees, number of employees, and pay scale, and then gradually tapers off till you get to 24 employees.
So why is there some fear by some small business people that this is going to make their tax load increase? There
are no general tax increases on small businesses in this bill. None. Anybody who says that there is not telling you the truth. Now, there is a tax increase for Medicare for those making over $200,000 a year. Most small business owners do not make over $200,000 a year. The only ones who claim get a K-1 from a small business and make over $200,000 a year, you're probably your attorneys and other types of professional people that probably most people aren't concerned about their tax level. But for most small businesses, there is no tax impact at all.
Well, you know, like I said, you wouldn't know that from the loud voices that we've heard about the situation lately. What about the exchange when small businesses and individuals are allowed to be a part of that? That's in 2014, is that right?
2014. This is going to be a big deal. Everybody's always said, why don't we just allow small businesses to come together in a big group and use that as leverage to get health insurance and drive down the cost, drive down the premiums because we have large numbers. That's exactly what the insurance exchange is going to do. I don't know why anybody has any concern about the insurance exchange, because everybody agrees that pooling together people and small businesses together to form a large group is a good idea.
Now, let's talk about timelines on this. I know for individuals, some things are going into effect already for families. Is there anything in effect right now for small businesses, or is there a different timeline?
No, this is a great time right now. Small businesses can take advantage right now of the health insurance tax credits. If you have less than 25 employees, 2010, you are eligible for a tax credit. You need to be contacting your CPA or your tax preparer and talk to them about what's available to you as far as your benefits. You can go online. There are tax calculators right now, interactive tax calculators that anybody can use. Plug in the numbers that you know, and it'll tell you how much of a benefit is available to you right now. So this is a good deal. The other nice thing is that a lot of self-employed people who don't have employees, and so they're not part of a group, have been locked out of the insurance market because they have pre-existing conditions. We get calls all the time at the office from self-employed saying, how can we get affordable health insurance? Well, starting July, this July, the federal government is going to set up a high-risk pool for about 15 to 18 states. And there are going to be standard rates in that pool, meaning that if you have been blocked from getting health insurance, and if you're an individual or a self-employed person, and you could not get health insurance because you have a pre-existing condition, now you can come July. And the rates are going to be subsidized, so they will be your average rate in that market. This is a wonderful thing. This is going to help people break away from employment that they want to start their own small business and they couldn't do it because they've been locked out of the health insurance market. Now they're going to be able to get affordable health insurance and go out and create the small businesses that we know we need to get us out of this bad economy.
So is that one of the things you see as the boon to entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. This is important. Again, one of the biggest concerns, the number one concern small businesses have had, is the cost of health insurance. Right now, come July, self-employed people will be able to get affordable health insurance. So they'll be able, those who are working in a job they'd like to get out of and start their own business, but they couldn't get health insurance. If they did that, now they can. And small businesses that have been burdened with excessive premiums, double-digit increases for the last 10 years, now they are going to be eligible for a tax credit if they have less than 25 employees. I don't see any downside to this at all.
Yeah, we were talking here in the studio, and one of our camera people said, but look at insurance companies already. They're beginning to up the ante. The insurance rates are increasing. Do you see that happening, and do you think that at some point the insurance rates will be so high because the insurance companies have upped their prices that this legislation won't make a hill of beans of difference?
For the last decade, we have seen double-digit insurance premium increases for small businesses for the last decade. Anybody who now looks at it and says, oh, look, the rates are going up, where have they been for the last 10 years? That's been going on. There's nothing unusual about insurance companies raising their premiums on small businesses. They've been doing it for a long time. So they're going to continue to do that. In fact, the insurance industry back, I believe, in February, had a study out that said, if we don't do national health care reform, that the insurance industry itself admitted that in the next 10 years they would raise premiums by at least 79%. That's the insurance company guaranteeing that they're going to increase your premium if there's no national health care reform. Well, there is now a new law, health insurance law, that's going to make health insurance more affordable. Now, we can't make health insurance companies reduce their premium, but we can help small businesses afford those premiums. And in 2014, when we have those insurance exchanges and we have large groups of people and small businesses and their employees in big pools, those insurance companies are going to want that business, that book of business, and they're going to come in there and they're going to sharpen their pencil and they're going to get more competitive, and that is going to drive down the cost of small businesses.